You know what's interesting? Most people spend more time planning their vacation than they plan their entire life. They'll research hotels for 3 weeks straight, compare flight prices, read restaurant reviews until their eyes blur. But ask them where they see themselves in 5 years, and you get this blank stare like you just asked them to explain quantum physics. And here's the kicker. Here's what really gets me. They don't even realize they're doing it. They think they're trying. They think they're working towards something. But the truth is, they failed before they even laced up their shoes. Now, I'm not saying this to be harsh. I'm saying this because I've been there. I've watched people do it. Heck, I've done it myself. And the reason most people fail before they even start isn't because they're lazy or stupid or unlucky. It's because they're operating under a fundamental misunderstanding about how success actually works. They think the starting line is when they take action. But really, the starting line is in their mind. And most people never even make it to that starting line. They're stuck in the parking lot arguing with themselves about whether they should even bother walking to the track. Let me tell you something. Your struggle is real, and I want you to know that. You wake up every day with these dreams, these ideas, these visions of what you could be, what you could accomplish. And then what happens? Life happens. You scroll through social media and see someone your age who's already doing the thing you want to do. You think about starting that business, writing that book, learning that skill, and immediately your brain serves up a buffet of reasons why it won't work. You're too old, too young, too broke, too busy, too inexperienced, too whatever. And the worst part? These thoughts feel true. They feel like facts. They feel like wisdom when really they're just fear wearing a disguise. Here's what nobody tells you. The moment you decide to do something meaningful, your brain will immediately throw a parade of objections. It's not being mean. It's actually trying to protect you. See, your brain is hardwired for survival, not success. It wants you safe, comfortable, predictable. Anything new, anything uncertain, anything that might lead to failure or embarrassment. Your brain treats that like a threat. It's like having an overprotective parent living in your skull, constantly saying, don't do that. You might get hurt. What if people laugh at you? What if you fail? And so you listen. You delay. You wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect set of circumstances, and guess what? That moment never comes because it doesn't exist. So here's the core challenge. And this is where people get it twisted. The challenge isn't learning more. It's not getting more resources or more time or more connections. The challenge is understanding that failure doesn't happen when you try and fall short. Failure happens when you let the imaginary obstacles in your head become more real than the actual opportunity in front of you. You're defeated by thoughts, by maybes, by what-ifs. You're knocked out by a phantom opponent. And the crazy thing is, you're both the fighter and the opponent. You're literally beating yourself up and wondering why you can't seem to win. Now let me share something with you that changed everything for me. And I mean everything. There's this concept, and it's so simple it sounds almost stupid when you first hear it. But stay with me. Your life, your results, your reality, they all operate on a specific pattern. Thoughts become things. I know, sounds like something you'd read on a coffee mug. But here's what it really means. Every single thing that exists in the physical world started as a thought in someone's mind. The chair you're sitting on, the phone in your hand, the building you're in, it was all imagined first. Someone had a thought, held on to that thought, and took action based on that thought until it became real. But here's where it gets interesting. Most people use this power backward. Instead of thinking about what they want and moving toward it, they think about what they don't want and move toward that instead. They think about failing. And so they act in ways that lead to failure. They think about being broke. And so they make decisions that keep them broke. They think about being stuck. And so they create a life that keeps them stuck. It's not mystical. It's mechanical. Your thoughts create feelings. Your feelings drive actions. Your actions produce results. If your thoughts are trash, your results will be trash. It's simple math. So what's the solution? How do you actually break this pattern? How do you stop failing before you start? Well, first thing, and this is non-negotiable, you've got to get honest with yourself about what you're actually thinking. Most people are running mental software from 10 years ago and wondering why their life hasn't updated. You've got beliefs about money, success, relationships, your own capabilities that you picked up from your parents, your teachers, your ex, your broke uncle at Thanksgiving who loves to explain why nothing works. And you're still operating on those beliefs like they're facts. Grab a piece of paper right now. Seriously, stop and do this. Write down one goal you have. Just one. Could be anything. Lose weight, start a business, learn a language, doesn't matter. Write it down. Now underneath it, write down every reason you think you can't do it. Every excuse, every obstacle, every fear, get it all out. Look at that list. Really look at it. How many of those things are actually true right now in this moment? Not might be true later, not were true before, but true right now? I'll bet at least half of them are completely imaginary. They're stories you're telling yourself. And stories can be rewritten. Next step, and this is where people get uncomfortable because it requires actual work. You've got to start feeding your mind different information. You can't listen to the same people, consume the same content, think the same thoughts and expect different results. That's insanity. If you want to build a business, but you're spending 3 hours a day watching Netflix and 0 minutes learning about business, you're not serious. You're fantasizing. There's a difference. Successful people are students. They read, they listen, they study people who've done what they want to do. They understand that if you want something you've never had, you've got to become someone you've never been. Here's what I want you to do. Find one person who's achieved what you want to achieve. Could be someone famous, could be someone in your town, doesn't matter. Study them. Read their book, watch their interviews, understand their mindset. Not because you're going to copy them exactly, but because you need to see that it's possible. Your brain needs proof. It needs evidence that what you want isn't some fairy tale. And when you see real people who started where you are and got where you want to go, something shifts. The impossible becomes possible, and possibility is the fuel that actually gets you moving. Now here's step 3, and this is the one that separates dreamers from doers. You've got to take action before you feel ready. Read that again. Before you feel ready, because you will never feel ready. That feeling you're waiting for, that confidence, that certainty, that sense of being prepared, it doesn't come before you start. It comes after. Confidence is a result of action, not a prerequisite for it. You learn to swim by swimming, not by reading about swimming on the shore. You build a business by building it, not by planning it for 6 months until it's perfect. Start small if you have to. That's fine. Tiny action beats grand intention every single time. Want to write a book? Write 1 page today. Want to get in shape? Do 10 push-ups right now. Want to start a business? Make 1 phone call. Send 1 email. Create 1 thing. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be good. It just has to be done. Because doing creates momentum. And momentum is the secret weapon nobody talks about. Once you start moving, it gets easier to keep moving. But you've got to push through that initial resistance. That voice that says, not today. I'll start Monday. I'll do it when things calm down. Things will never calm down. Life doesn't give you permission. You have to take it. And here's what's going to happen when you start taking action. You're going to mess up. You're going to make mistakes. Something's going to go wrong. And that's exactly what's supposed to happen. See, most people think successful people don't fail. Wrong. Successful people fail more than unsuccessful people because they try more things. The difference is they don't interpret failure as evidence that they should quit. They interpret it as feedback. They ask, what did I learn? What can I adjust? What's the next move? They treat failure like data, not like destiny. You know what kills me? How many people are walking around with a masterpiece inside them that the world will never see because they were too afraid to look stupid while they figured it out? How many businesses never got started? Books never got written. Songs never got sung. Inventions never got created because someone listened to the voice of fear instead of the voice of possibility. It's tragic. And I don't want that to be you. So here's what I need you to do right now, today, not tomorrow, not next week. Pick one thing from this video. Just one. Maybe it's writing down your goal and your excuses. Maybe it's finding someone to study. Maybe it's taking one small action towards something you've been putting off. Whatever it is, do it. Do it before the motivation fades, before life distracts you, before that voice of doubt creeps back in. Do it while you still remember why it matters. And then leave a comment below and tell me what you did. Tell me what action you took. Not because I need to know, but because declaring it publicly makes it real. It creates accountability. It takes the thought out of your head and puts it into the world. And once it's in the world, it has power. Plus, when you share your action, you inspire someone else to take theirs. You create a ripple effect. That's how movements start. One person decides to stop failing before they start, takes action, shares it, and suddenly other people realize they can too. Look, I'll be straight with you. Nobody's coming to save you. There's no perfect moment waiting around the corner. There's no magical alignment of the stars that's suddenly going to make everything easy. There's just you, your decision, and what you do with the time you have. And I promise you this, a year from now, you're going to wish you started today. So start today. Stop negotiating with yourself. Stop waiting for permission. Stop collecting information like it's going to do the work for you. Just start. If this message resonated with you, if something clicked, hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started. There's so much more to explore about how your mind works, how success really operates, and how you can stop getting in your own way. And share this video with someone who needs to hear it. You know someone who's stuck, who's talented but paralyzed, who's got dreams they keep putting off. Send it to them. It might be the push they need. Remember, you don't fail when you fall down. You fail when you decide to stay down. And you haven't even fallen yet. You're just standing at the starting line convincing yourself you can't run. Time to prove yourself wrong. Now get out there and do something. I'll see you in the next one.